Hello, this is Suavnik of Gladden, and I'd like to do a DPS parse for you today. And since I didn't record any voiceovers during the live when I was doing these things, I have to sort of rush through it as it's happening in front of me. So it probably won't be as good as, say, the next class I do this with. So let's just jump right into it. Now, my standard DPS rotation is just the builders, which is Wild Attack, Swift Stroke. And then I usually go right to a Brutal, and then back to Wild and Swift Stroke again. And then Remorseless, or if you get a crit on Wild Attack, you can do a Furious Strike, which is awesome. And then you can keep Rend up if that's what you like to do. Which I'm doing it on the level 75 dummies here, because that's pretty much what most people base their DPS off of. So it's easy to do. It's right there in Snowburn next to the tavern, so you can just do it whenever you like, really. And this is the second DPS parse here, and it's pretty standard stuff, the same DPS rotation. I do use Seeking Blades, but I don't use any other cooldowns as the Controlled Burn or something like the Fever Builder, Ardent Rage. So let's just enjoy this DPS test for a few seconds. Okay, this is the third one, and I tried to put in Rend at the very beginning, but it seems you have to build back up to your normal standard DPS if you do that too soon. So I like to do it on the second or third DPS rotation. A nice crit there. And I'd like to talk about the gear I have. I have 2-piece Erebor tier 1 set and 4 hytbold sets, so nothing special there. I also have, as far as jewelry goes, the Bells of the Dell earrings, just one of them, and the other one's a Necromancer from Durchus. I have a Valandil 6-man instance wrist piece for the Might proc, and also the Rohan critical rating proc, but nothing too special there. And here I am on the 85 dummies, just to get a reference if whoever uses these dummies as their DPS tests. And my average on these was 1.1k, so pretty good, I think. I did burst to 1.6 at one point, but that doesn't mean anything. It's just what the DPS you can maintain is what I like to count. A couple of elected traits I have is the Rend armor reduction from the yellow trait line, which I like to use that skill a lot and keep that up. Because my theory is, the less armor, the less mitts, the more damage you do. But in testing, it doesn't seem to affect it as much as I thought it would. Bleed on critical strikes, that's also an elective trait. You could switch those out for Merciful Strike and Controlled Burn duration increase easily. Here I am at the spiders just for reference, because a lot of people like to test them off of these as well. But I found out they don't really last long enough to get a real accurate test. But which is probably a good thing, because I would end up dying if they lasted any longer anyways. But averaging about 30 seconds, 30 seconds to kill these things. And I did average about 2.1k DPS on these spiders, which goes to show that they do have different mitts than the dummies. And they are also master elites instead of master defenders. And this is something new here, a new level 85 testing grounds, I think. Okay. It was suggested by Rubriel, and I completely agree. It's a pretty awesome way to test level 85 instance DPS. You do need a someone to help you out on it, though, however. On this first DPS test, I got on the higher end of 1.6, almost 1.7 basically. He does punch you a little bit, but doesn't seem to affect the DPS too much. Yep, that was close to 1.7 there. And on the second test, I got just 1.61 on the, no, 1.65 again. So averaged out of these two tests I did 1.65k DPS, which is pretty good, I think. That's a good, nice number. Okay, just enjoy the rest of the video. That is enough out of me.
Time to go. Okay. And let's go.